Hello, legends, and welcome to Blunt Force Healing Podcast, episode 294, video update 72, and probably the shortest video update that you will see on this podcast, albeit I can't promise. But yeah, let me just quickly explain what happened today and why it will be very short. First of all, it's 23:46, so 11:46 p.m. So I have literally 14 minutes to record, upload the podcast episode, and drop it into the blog post to make it before midnight. But that's not the main reason. Tomorrow it will be very busy day, and I didn't have, I would say, a super night the night before, and we also came back from our trip very late, and we had to prioritize checking ourselves after a walk in the forest because of the tick infestation, which is kind of, something that I'm aware all the time, but I think today we broke the record, and altogether, I would say we removed between Julian, my wife, and myself about between 45 and 50, yes, 50 ticks of our skin. Well, some of them were still crawling on us when we removed them. Some of them we had to remove with tweezers. So this is something we need to observe ourselves because, as you probably know, especially people based in the US, uh, ticks can carry a lot of pathogens, and the most well known is probably Borrelia, uh, the bacteria that actually causes Lyme disease. And I will be talking a lot more about ticks and the disease itself and how to protect yourself and what not to do when you have a tick tomorrow. And I will also explain what how the trip went, and all the good pieces as well as those bad elements that, well, that worrying elements that happened. But yeah, it was a very tense day, I would say. Some of the ticks we removed on the way while we were still walking, some of them in the car, and quite a lot of them back home when they were already attached, some of them. So of course I was the most liked by the ticks, and it was no surprise at all because as a kid I used to have ticks pretty much for the whole of my life, and as an adult it seems like they prefer me as well. I need to check my blood type, although the blood type is not confirmed, I would say, preference of ticks, but I heard a lot of different hearsay or rumors about some preference for ticks about the blood type, and I want to check because I am almost sure that I'm not that blood type yet. They really like me. So, yeah, there will be quite a huge update, hopefully, tomorrow about those ticks and about the trip, and a lot of useful information, I hope, for you guys, because Lyme disease is a terrible thing if it hits you, especially if you have a low immune response, and it might drag for years, if not till the end of life. It might damage a lot of things that are not necessarily thing for people that have good immune system and they can fight it off. But these days most of us are really detached from nature. We do a lot of diets based on processed foods. We kind of do a very sedentary lifestyle. Even though we go to the gyms or things like that, generally our activity levels are very, very small in comparison to older generations. And I'm not even mentioning the, you know, primeval and people that were much earlier than that when they were actually active all day. So uh, let's get to the wrap up, and I will make sure that I'll secure some time tomorrow, even though it's a very, very tight and busy day. I promise that tomorrow episode not only will be long but full of info that you want to probably save as well in one format or the other. So stay tuned for tomorrow. I hope you have a great day or night or evening or afternoon, regardless where you are. I had a great time on that hike, but ticks kind of, well, they didn't ruin it. I'm not expecting any problems, but it was quite worrying that there were so many of them and we didn't actually walk too much in the forest, and it was mostly grass, which is normal for ticks to sit on. But you know, I wasn't. I was well. I was in many areas in my life where I got ticks. There were areas that were more infested than ones that were not at all. But this one is really something to be careful about. All right, I'll wrap up now. I have 9 minutes, 8 minutes to upload it and publish the post. So see you tomorrow.